episode titles starting with the letter P to T.
Rocket Safari. When Nikolai Rimsky-Korsakov played music, he didn't just hear notes, he also saw colors. Rimsky-Korsakov had a rare condition called synesthesia, where stimulating one of the five senses, like hearing, creates a response in another sense, like sight.
If you see a group of wildebeests grazing when you're on a safari, don't make any loud noises. When wildebeests get startled, they can stampede. Running together in a huge group at up to 50 miles an hour.
When Albrecht Dürer created his work of art, Rhinoceros, he had never even seen a rhino in real life. Dürer used a rough sketch and notes from people who had seen a rhinoceros to inspire his art. Is the rhinoceros's horn actually a really long fingernail? Not really, but the horn is made up of the same substance, called keratin, that our hair and fingernails are made of.
What do giraffes and camels have in common? Well, they can both get by without having water to drink every day. Giraffes are able to live off the water they find in the green leaves they eat.
Giraffes aren't the only ones who eat food from the branches of trees. Elephants use their trunks to grab a hold of branches and shake food loose. If they're really hungry, they'll even pull the whole tree down. Is there such a thing as a wooden rhinoceros? There is when you're talking about Albrecht Dürer's rhinoceros. Instead of painting on canvas, Dürer used a technique called woodcutting, which means he engraved the rhinoceros into a piece of wood.
Nikolai Rimsky-Korsakov didn't only compose music for himself. He taught others how to do it too. One of his most famous students was Igor Stravinsky, who went on to become one of the most important composers of the 20th century.
Living in Africa can get pretty hot for hippos, which is why they spend most of their day hanging out in the water to stay cool. But for extra protection against the sun, would you believe they put on sunscreen? It's true. The skin of a hippopotamus sweats out a natural sunscreen. Let's go.
Shh.
Rocket Safari. Art by Albrecht Dürer.
And
Music by Nikolai Rimsky-Korsakov. Hey, I'm Leo, and guess what? Rocket's taking us on a safari to Africa. Come on! We're going to see all kinds of animals.
Whoa, those are rhinoceroses. Cool.
Look at all the zebras. Awesome!
Wow! Elephants!
Do you like animals? Really? What animals do you like? Ooh, I like those too.
Rocket ready for blast off.
Buckle your